Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's English forum titled Integration of ICT in Malaysian Primary Education. Today, we will discuss how information and communication technology, or ICT, can be effectively integrated into teaching and learning at the primary school level. Joining us, we have three distinguished speakers: Ms. Tang alias Tan Shan, representing the teacher's perspective, Ms. Tai Chi, representing the researcher, and Ms. Angeline Chai Nyuk Jan, an education officer from the Ministry of Education. Let's begin with our first discussion point. Our first question today: what are the main challenges in integrating ICT into Malaysian primary classrooms? Ms. Tan, could you begin by sharing your perspective as a teacher?
Thank you, Ms. Tai. In many developing countries, including Malaysia, teachers are encouraged to integrate ICT tools such as computers, smartboards, and online learning platforms into their teaching. However, many schools still face limitations like unstable internet, outdated computers, and few projectors, making it hard to use technology effectively. So, my first main point today focuses on the lack of sufficient ICT infrastructure in schools. This remains one of the most pressing issues in integrating technology into education. In many schools, especially those in rural or underfunded areas, teachers still face challenges such as limited access to computer, unstable internet connections, and outdated digital tools. Even though Malaysia has made continuous efforts to promote digital learning, these infrastructural gaps continue to hinder effective technology integration in classrooms. As a result, teachers are often unable to fully utilize ICT tools to enhance student engagement and learning outcomes. According to Dong, Aziz, and Anwar in 2025, the integration of information and communication technology (ICT) in education continues to face structural challenges, particularly in terms of infrastructure, accessibility, and institutional readiness. Their study, published in the International Journal of Academic Research in Progressive Education and Development, highlights that insufficient digital facilities and limited access to technological resources hinder teachers from effectively incorporating digital tools into their teaching and apprentices. Similarly, Turuga and Rudumbu in 2020 found that external factors such as poor ICT infrastructure, limited institutional support, and inadequate teacher training remain major barriers to technology-based teaching. For example, several universities in Africa struggle to integrate ICT due to economic constraints and unstable internet access, as noted by Alesseva and also Rusu in 2015. This is similar to Malaysia, where many teachers are willing to adopt technology but are restricted by insufficient facilities and institutional support, according to Dong et al. In 2025. Even though some schools have received digital equipment, maintenance and internet stability remain major problems. Sometimes teachers have to share one computer lab among hundreds of students, or the Wi-Fi disconnect during lessons. This not only discourages teachers from using ICT, but also increases anxiety and frustration when lessons cannot proceed smoothly. In my opinion, no matter how strong teachers' motivation or ICT literacy is, with the proper infrastructure, ICT integration will remain only a policy on paper. Governments and educational institutions need to prioritize investment in digital infrastructure, especially in rural or underfunded schools. To sum up, while teacher training and ICT skills are important, they can only be fully effective if teachers are supported by proper infrastructure. Only then can we truly move towards digital transformation in teaching and learning.
Thank you, Ms. Tan, for that insightful explanation. You have clearly pointed out how the lack of proper facilities and infrastructure remains a major barrier. Now, Ms. Tai, as a researcher, could you please expand on this by sharing what study says about this infrastructure issue?
Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I completely agree with Ms. Tan. Infrastructure is the backbone of all ICT initiatives. While Malaysian investment in digital education are commendable, the reality on the ground tells a different story. Without stable access and resources, even the best strategies cannot succeed. Razat et al. In 2019 found that many schools had computers that were no longer functioning, while others had only one projector shared among several teachers. Just imagine planning an interactive digital lesson, but the Wi-Fi disconnect halfway, and students are forced to share one device in a group of 5. Some teachers even said they could not book the computer lab because it was always full. Under this condition, how can teachers conduct meaningful ICT-based learning? Research by Hassin and Nasil in 2021 highlights that 96% of respondents agree that rural students struggle with ICT learning due to limited facilities and trained teachers. This directly affects student motivation because lessons become repetitive and less interactive. The study also found that 87.5% of respondents acknowledge a significant gap in knowledge and competitiveness between urban and rural students. The gap is especially severe in rural regions like Guamusang, where Min and Nasil in 2020 found that limited internet coverage prevents students from engaging in e-learning or self-directed learning at home. Today, internet access isn't just a supplement, but it is essential for students to search for additional information and develop independent learning skills. Without it, rural students will always fall behind. Furthermore, this lack of infrastructure fundamentally changed the roles of teachers. As observed by Ng and Yunus in 2021, educators in this setting end up being technicians in class. They try to fix projectors and troubleshoot Wi-Fi instead of teaching. This not only disrupts lessons, but also discourages innovation in classroom. When facilities are insufficient or outdated, it becomes difficult for teachers to plan and implement ICT-based learning effectively. In my opinion, infrastructure is not just about devices, it's about digital equity. If we want ICT integration to succeed, every teacher and every child, whether in the urban or rural areas, must have equal access to technology and a stable internet connection. Without this foundation support, any policy or ambition for a widespread ICT integration is built on the shaky ground. Therefore, addressing these infrastructure challenges is essential to ensure equitable and meaningful ICT integration across Malaysian primary education system.
Excellent points, Ms. Tai. You have reminded us that equal access is a matter of fairness, not luxury. Now, let's hear from Ms. Angeline. As an education officer, what does research say about institutional and cultural support for ICT integration?
Thank you, Ms. Tan. As both of you mentioned, infrastructure alone isn't enough. It must be supported by strong leadership, collaboration, and a school culture that encourages continuous learning. Now, I would like to talk about the importance of institutional and cultural support in ICT, integrating ICT in primary schools. In Malaysia, many teachers are trying their best to use technology in teaching. However, the success of ICT integration depends on not only on the tools they have, but also on the support system around them. According to Razak et al. 2021, in Teacher Successful Information and Communication Technology Integration in Primary School, a Malaysia Cultural Historical Case Study, successful ICT integration is closely linked to cooperation and support within the school system. The study applied the cultural historical activity theory, which is CHAT, to examine how teacher digital tools and the school environment and interact. Finding revealed that successful ICT integration was closely linked to collaboration and support within the school. Teachers in the environment that encourage peer sharing, co-planning, and also the collective reflection were more likely to sustain ICT use. Leadership also play a key role. When school heads or the senior assistants foster open communication and teamwork, teachers can become more confident and resourceful in managing technological challenges. Contradictions such as limited facilities or time constraints often trigger innovation rather than barriers. The researchers conclude that ICT integration is a systemic and cultural activity relying on cooperation, adaptability, and shared responsibility. Building on Razak et al. 2021, institutional support and school culture are just as vital as technology itself. When leaders encourage collaboration and continuous learning, teachers sustain ICT use confidently. Recent studies further support this point. Gavier and Wong 2022 found that strong technological leadership improved ICT utilization, while Yang et al. 2021 reported that principals who model technology use and provide professional development sustain long-term innovation. From my perspective, successful ICT integration depends on a positive school culture where teachers feel supported and trusted. It is not the technology itself that enhance learning, but the collaboration, communication, and leadership behind it. When teachers are encouraged to experiment and share ideas, they become more confident and creative in using digital tools. This reminds me that technology should be a bridge for innovation, not a replacement for human connection. A supportive environment can help teachers to turn everyday challenges into opportunities for growth and continuous improvement. In conclusion, meaningful ICT integration requires visionary leadership, teamwork, and also a school culture that values reflection and innovation. When these elements align, technology truly enhances teaching and also learning.
Thank you, Miss Angeline. It's inspiring to hear how leadership and culture can turn challenges into opportunities. We have seen that successful ICT integration requires both infrastructure and institutional support. Let's move on to our second discussion point. Our next question focuses on teacher readiness and innovation. How can teachers and schools prepare themselves for digital transformation? Ms. Tan, maybe you can start again.
Thank you, Ms. Tai. Apart from infrastructural challenges, another key factor affecting ICT integration is teachers' resistance to change and their lack of innovative mindset. While Malaysia has made great efforts to promote digital learning, not all teachers are mentally or emotionally ready to accept this transformation. Many still prefer traditional face-to-face teaching methods because they are more familiar, structured, and give teachers a stronger sense of control in the classroom. However, as education continues to evolve, this reluctance to adapt can hinder progress. Many teachers feel technology issues or lack confidence in using digital tools. Without an open mindset, it becomes hard to use technology effectively to engage students. According to Ishak, Dean and Oman in 2022, many teachers' hesitation to use technology does not stem from a lack of knowledge, but from emotional and psychological resistance to change. The study revealed that while most Malaysian teachers recognize the benefit of digital tools, many still struggle with low confidence, stress, and anxiety about technical failures. This shows that even with sufficient facilities, teachers' mindset remain a key challenge in ICT integration. Similarly, Rahmat in 2019 found a clear gap between students' readiness and teachers' willingness to adopt mobile learning. Over 70% of students were eager to learn anytime and anywhere, yet many teachers were hesitant to adapt. This suggests that ICT integration requires not only equipment and training, but also a positive shift in teachers' attitudes. However, the COVID-19 pandemic became a turning point that pushed many teachers to explore online platforms. Study by Gunjan and Pranjamwada in 2020 reported that 45% of teachers found online methods are more effective, while 77% observed improved student focus during online lessons. Likewise, Abdulrazak and Dean in 2020 highlighted that edutainment-based strategies like videos, quizzes, and digital storytelling increase student engagement. Even so, the transition was not easy. Anolato and Queiroz in 2020 noted that many teachers experienced emotional exhaustion and frustration during the sudden shift to online learning. Although some developed positive attitudes, others remained resistant due to fear of failure or lack of digital fluency. This finding shows that true educational innovation can only happen when teachers are emotionally ready and open to change. In my opinion, true innovation starts with mindset. Therefore, teachers should view technology as a partner, while school leaders must foster a supportive environment that encourages experimentation. In short, integration requires not only skill, but also courage to adapt and grow.
Thank you, Ms. Tan. You have raised a powerful point. That mindset can be the biggest barrier or the greatest driver of change. Ms. Tai, as a researcher, what do the study tell us about teacher readiness and training?
Thank you. I fully agree with Ms. Tan. Teacher readiness is the key of ICT integration. Although many teachers show a positive attitude toward digital learning, attitudes alone isn't enough. Many teachers still lack the confidence and teaching skills to use ICT effectively. They might know how to operate basic tools like PowerPoint or online platforms, but still struggle to create engaging and student-centered lessons. This issue is especially evident among seniors and special education teachers who generally have lower digital skills. Study of Munandi and Kansim in 2024 found that while teachers are aware of the importance of digital learning, their readiness to apply it meaningfully in the classroom is inconsistent. Heavy workloads, limited times, and unreliable technical support lower teachers' motivation to explore with new tools. The study emphasizes the need for continuous, hands-on training and a stronger school support rather than just occasional workshops. In the related study, Chong in 2021 pointed out that many teachers feel anxious and overwhelmed when using technology, especially when it interrupts lesson or requires constant troubleshooting. When faced with these challenges, teachers often revert to traditional chalk and talk methods as they are more familiar and time efficient. Limited digital skills also affect teachers' ability to prepare engaging material or manage online learning activities based on the needs of students, which eventually impacts student participation and widen the digital gap in classroom. Another concern is the unequal access to ICT training. The findings of Ong and Yunus in 2021 discovered that teachers find ICT integration time-consuming and extra work due to pressure to complete the syllabus. Additionally, Raza et al. In 2019 found that training opportunities are often concentrated in urban areas. Rural teachers often miss out on training because of their workload and lack of follow-up support. Over time, urban teachers become more skilled while rural teachers remain behind. It will creating a widening skills gap between urban and rural schools. From my perspective, the key for integrating ICT in education lies in teacher readiness. This requires continuous, hands-on, and reflective professional development. When teachers are given time to practice, collaborate, and build confidence in using ICT, they can effectively apply technology to enhance digital learning. In conclusion, while ICT integration is essential for developing student 21st century skills, its success depends largely on teachers' readiness and ongoing professional development. Without investing in our educators, technology will remain underused and we will not achieve a digital and inclusive education system.
Excellent insight, Ms. Tai. You have reminded us that professional development is not an event but a journey. Now, Ms. Angeline, as an education official, could you share your view about teacher readiness and AI integration?
Certainly, in Malaysia, the use of AI tools such as ChatGPT is gradually emerging in schools, including the primary level, while the most study focus on the higher and secondary education. Recent research by German et al. 2025 highlighted that limited attention has been given to supporting younger ESL learners. Many teachers are recognizing how ChatGPT can assist in lesson planning, vocabulary practice, and writing activity. These tools can make lessons become more engaging and creative, but also raise concern about the teacher readiness, ethical responsibility, and balancing technology with the human guidance. According to Law 2023, with a study entitled Exploring the Application of ChatGPT to English Teaching in a Malaysia Primary School, a qualitative school study was carried out to explore how an English teacher in Malaysian primary school used ChatGPT as a part of English lesson. The teacher applied the tool to create vocabulary lists, short reading passage, and writing prompts that help pupils to participate more actively in the classroom. Law observed that the use of ChatGPT increased the lesson variety, boosted learner motivation, and reduced the teacher preparation time for the class. However, this study also pointed out challenges in using ChatGPT. Some teachers were unsure about AI reliability, lack digital literacy, and worry about plagiarism or over-reliance, which could weaken students' independent writing. Law concludes that AI can be a useful teaching aid only when teachers receive a proper training and when its classroom use is guided by ethical and pedagogical consideration. Building on that, Sivaganam et al. 2025 emphasized that many Malaysian ESL teachers still face challenges in adapting to AI tools because of limited digital literacy and uncertainty about classroom implementation. The study found that teachers need more training, confidence, and clear guidance to integrate AI responsibly and effectively. Thus, the Ministry of Education and the school must prioritize professional development, digital training, and clear ethical guidelines to support teachers in integrating AI responsibly. From my perspective, technology should support, not replace teachers. AI like ChatGPT can add lesson variety and interactive activity, but teachers are essential for guidance, accuracy, and ethical use. With proper training, they become more confident and creative, turning challenges into learning opportunities. In conclusion, integrating AI tools can make lessons become more engaging, creative, and interactive. Their success depends on the teacher guidance, digital literacy, and ethical use. Thoughtful use of AI complements traditional teaching, reduce preparation time, and enhance lesson variety when preserving the essential human connection in education.
Thank you, Miss Angeline. That was an excellent reminder that technology, especially artificial intelligence, should enhance the teacher's roles rather than replace it. Before we conclude, I would like to invite each of you for a short reflection. I believe that successful ICT integration starts with both mindset and support. Teachers need courage to explore and adapt, and schools need to provide an environment that encourages creativity. Most importantly, we must remember that technology is only as powerful as the people who use it with purpose and passion.
For me as a researcher, the key is continuous professional development. This development should be inclusive, practical, and supported with time allocation, resources, and recognition. Importantly, this opportunity must reach every teacher, not just those in urban schools. When teachers feel empowered and supported, they can lead the digital transformation in their classroom and inspire students to become ready for the future.
I agree. Institutional culture, leadership, and ethics from the foundation. Technology is only effective when used responsibly with collaboration and human connection guiding its purpose. To summarize, our discussion today shows that ICT integration in Malaysian primary school requires a holistic approach combining infrastructure, training, leadership, and ethical readiness.
Thank you everyone for this meaningful discussion. I hope this conversation continues beyond today. We should work hand in hand towards a more fair and digitally equipped education for all Malaysian students. That's all from our group. Thank you.